Hello guys, welcome back to Template Tutorials, and in this tutorial I am going to teach you how to create an automatic table of contents in Microsoft Word. Alright, so without wasting much of your time, let's dive into it. So this is my document. I just randomly just generated a document and I just formatted it with a cover page. This is the cover page. So you can see the cover page is not labeled. So we have the dedication here. So we also have abstract here. We have reference chapter 1, chapter 2, up to chapter 3. So if you go to the bottom side also, we also have reference and appendices. So these are appendices. We also have reference here. Like I'm saying, this document that I've just created here is not a valid document. So it's just there for the sake of this video. Alright, so to generate an automatic table of contents in Microsoft Word, you first of all have to make sure that you have page numbers. You have to make sure that the page will be numbered. So you can see that my cover page is not numbered. So you also have the dedication, and that one is numbered in Roman numerals. You also have abstract, and we also have etc., and other page numbers. Alright, so if you don't know how to number page numbers, you can check my last video. So you can check in my other tutorials. I made a video on how to make page numbers. Alright, so the first thing that we have to do here is to come to the top of the document, not inside the cover page, but after the cover page, the one that you reach, that's the declaration. So these ones, so if you come to this side, we will have to label all of the headers here. So you can see that we have many forms of headers. We have a header here, and we also have this header. So we can classify all of this header into one section. So we are going to classify the headers into two sections. So this one also will fall under that same section. But this one, you can see this one is a chapter, it's a unit or by use zone. So we have two sections there. So you can see even the minor headers here, the introduction here, the chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and the minor headers under it. All of it, and the dedication, the abstract, and the declaration, they will all be under the same section. So whilst the chapters, as we have chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3, they will also be in another section. So in other words, we'll be having two sessions. So to do that, let's take this side and label it as header 1. So you have to bring your cursor here. So it's either bring your cursor here and click and hold to select all of it, or you either bring your cursor to the front row of it and just click once here to select it. So after doing that, you simply have to scroll to the bottom. Scroll to the bottom side and find the other chapter also. So that's the chapter 1 that we just selected. So this is the chapter 2. So I'll make sure I'll press and hold the control key on my keyboard. After selecting the first one, so when I now come here to select that one also, I'll press and hold my control key on my keyboard and click once to select that one also in addition. So if you check the top side, you see that that one also will be selected. So I'll scroll to the chapter 3 because we have only 3 chapters. So this side also, I'll press and hold the control key and click and select. So after doing that, I'll now release the control key. So if you now check the bottom side, we don't have any other chapter again. We only have 3 chapters. So when I do that, I just have to come to this side. Under the home tab, we have these things. So we have header 1, we have header 2. So I'll just click on the header 1. So you see, after clicking on it, you can see that header 1 has changed. We can still customize it back to the way that it was. You just have to right click on it this way and click on modify. So when you now come here, the header 1, just leave it this way. But you just come here, the font here, we'll change it to Times New Roman. So you see the live changes here. So the color of it, you can see it is blue. We are changing it back to black. So after doing that, I also make it bold and I also align it at the center. So remember that this one also, we gave it some line spacing. So maybe I'll leave there. When I go back to the document, I'll give the line spacing there. So I'll then click on OK. So you can see it has been inserted, but it's not as much as to the way that it was. So I'm just going to bring the bold here because it seems like when I apply the bold, it did not take place. So I'll just bring my cursor here and give space so that it will go down here. So I just have to scroll to the top also, the chapter 2. So you see this one, the bold has been inserted already. So I'm just giving the space in there. So this one also, I think is okay. So it just needs some space in there. So I'll give you some space in here. So now you can see that we just labeled our first section. That's the chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 as our first section. So now let's go to the top side. Like I said earlier on, at the top here, you see the without the cover page, but these ones, you see these ones and the subsections under the chapters, they will all also be under the same section or session. So I'll select this one. So I'll scroll to the down side. So I'll press and hold my control key and select this one also in addition. So I have to scroll also to the other one. So I'll select this one also. I'll come here also. So remember that like this desktop session that I'm talking about. Select this one also. Select this one also. So again scroll. So the selection, do not forget, in order for you to select multiple things, you have to press and hold the control key and select. So after selecting, you can release. When you have to select the next one also, you press and hold the control key and click to select. So I'll select this one also in addition under the chapter 2. So I'll do the same thing here. So we are going to do the same thing across all the subsections under the units. Alright, so I'll do the same thing here. I think we are heading over to the last one. So this is now the last subheader for the chapters. But when you scroll to the downside, we also have reference and we also have appendices. So that one also, let's label it as header 2. So after doing that, I'll right click on that one also and I'll go to modify. So there also, the font is supposed to be 12 and the font size style will be Times New Roman, and this one is supposed to be aligned at the center. So remember that this one, some of it were aligned at the center and some were aligned at the left side, but majority were aligned at the left side. So I'll leave the alignment on left. Maybe when I head back to the document, I'll now align those that needs to be at the center to the center side. So with this one, the color has to be black. We are also making it bold. So we then click on OK. So with this last one, I think the bold did not also take effect. So I'll do it this way. So I'm just going to scroll to the top side, because you can see that after making the changes, most of the subheaders are not well aligned. So I'll just select it this way. I'll apply these effects. Or in other words, if I don't want to apply it one after the other way, I have to come here and go to modify. I don't know why the bold is not taking effect, but here it has been taking the effect has happened here. So in your own, if you come here, if you just make any effect here, it will take place. Like you can see that if I come to the heading 2 here, I just right click on it and I modify it. So any effect that I'm doing here or any changes that I'm doing here, it will take effect on all those that I've selected and labeled it as header 2. So if I remove the bold here and I make it italic, so and click on OK, you can see this one will now be italic and the rest also will be italic. So I don't have to select it again, so I just have to come back here. I'm going to remove the italic. So I'll remove the italic and bring the bold. Alright, so let me make here all bold. I think some were bold, that's why. And the spacing also, I'll give you some spacing there. So I'll also make this one bold. So you just have to customize, because when you have to generate the automatic table of contents, your alignment and the rest might change a little bit. So you just have to walk through it again and make sure that everything will be aligned the way you want it to be, to avoid errors. So this one I just have to bring it up and make sure here also. So I'm just going to select it this way. I don't have to waste much time here. Select here also. So I'll select all of it. Alright, this one is already bold. So you see the reason why others were becoming bold and others were not becoming bold. One was already bold. So that's why when I modify it here and choose the bold is not taking effect. Meaning that some is already bold. Because this one was also classified as header 2. Alright, so I'll make it bold. And the spacing there also, like I said, I'll give it 0.5. So let's now see what happens here. This one also has to have a spacing of 0.5. So now I guess our document is looking nice and clean. So I'm just giving it a walkthrough. So make sure that all of it will be aligned the way that I want it to be. So this one also, let's modify it and align that one at the center. So this one also will be modified and also aligned at the center. So now, after doing this, the next thing that you have to now do is to find a page where you want the table of content to be placed in. So assuming after the declaration, the next page is where I want the table of content to be placed in. So I just gently have to bring my cursor here, maybe, and create a new page here. So I'll just give spacing here. So this is where I want it to be. So this next page, you see the IV, that's where I want the table of content to be generated in. So when I bring the cursor here, the next thing again I'll have to do is to go to a reference tab or ribbon. You can call it a reference tab or reference ribbon. Click on it once. When you click on it and go to the left side of your screen, you will see something like table of contents. Click on it. So after clicking on it, you can see a different format of table of contents. So you see we have this one, so you can choose the one that you want. So I am going with automatic table 2. So I'll click on it once. So after clicking on it, you can see that our table of contents will be generated nicely and neatly. So you see how it looks like. As we have the declaration, abstract, dedication first, abstract, declaration, chapter 1 and the subheaders. We also have chapter 2 and the subheaders, chapter 3 and the subheaders. And we also have reference and appendices. So this one also is customizable. You can come here and select only this one if you don't want this color. So I'm just going to customize it here, align it at the center. So I'll make it bold, but with the color I'll go with green. So I'll give you some spacing at the bottom. So with this one also, you can change the font of it, the font size and the rest. That one is up to you. So I'm just going to leave it this way, so you can give it a walkthrough. So let's now come here. Let's say concept or empirical review under chapter 2 is located in page 3. So let's look for page 3 and see whether it is located in there or not. You can see it is located inside the page 3. So there's one thing also that you have to take note of. If in case in the preview or in continuously when you are making your changes, when you are making changes to your document and you want to adapt this table of content, you don't have to go back again to give it a header and the rest. You don't have to go back again. You simply have to just come to the table of content, click on any part of it, whether at the top, the bottom, or any part of the table of content. Just right click on it this way and click on update field. Just click on it. You can see that, like I said, if you make changes to your document and you realize that the page numbering and the rest have changed, you just have to come this way, right click on it and click on update field. So from there we are going to update only the page numbers only, but not update the entire table. So I'll just click on update page numbering. So assuming if I made some changes, the page numbering here will also change. So this is how we generate table of content, automatic table of content. So thank you so much for watching and see you later in my next video.